Welcome to The Magic of Coffee with Jordan and Alex. We're a podcast about all things nerd culture. This week, we talk about Loki Season 2 premiere, what we thought, and what our theories are. Let's get into it.
Welcome back, episode 3.
Was good.
Loki.
Dude, my hair looks like your face. Holy shit.
You know, I was going to say something.
No, I'm just kidding. My hair does look bad, though. But I mean, you know. Oh, I got back from climbing. Did some soloing. A lot of stuff happens. Apparently, someone almost threatened, not to me, but we overheard them talking about getting a ranger for my soloing. I'm like, fuck you.
Like, soloing is legal, right? Like, you can't, like, there's no...
So you can't... I'm pretty sure where we were at, I'm not going to say where, just in case, but you can't free solo. But I'm assuming you can rope solo. Granted, we saw someone literally free solo on this trip. Because you're signed a waiver, so it's like, why does it matter?
Yeah.
You know? We can't sue you now, so we can do whatever we want.
I mean, if you're dead, you can't sue anyway, so...
Yeah, and it's all single pitch. Like, this is just, like, for training. And hell, I'm going to go back and trad climb, and apparently, like, that's not against the rules, but it's also not... It's like a whole thing. But it's a great spot for, like, beginners and, like, for training, and it's good camping. It's by Possum Kingdom.
Oh.
Where we camped at. Yeah, I want to take you there at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to show you something, and we'll put it on screen. Not to deter you from going to this place, but I want to show you what I found. Just let me know when you play so I can edit. All right, it's being sent. Well, that sends. How are you? What'd you do today? What'd you do over the weekend?
Pretty good. Just worked. My job requires me to work. Yesterday was kind of the busier day of the weekend. We watched Sleepy Hollow. That is a pretty good movie. It's pretty funny. And then we saw that at a movie theater. Then we watched Cabin in the Woods here.
Ooh. What are your thoughts on Cabin in the Woods?
I liked the movie. She did not like the movie. It was her first time watching it.
Cabin in the Woods is the one with the gods at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that movie was fucking stupid.
I like the premise. Like yes, the ending is not great. I like the premise of the movie. That like all horror films are just kind of like, you know, formulaic and, you know, it's an interesting way to take the tropes of horror and like modernize them, you know. I think the twist should not have been like from the beginning. You know, for people who haven't, the movie's like 10 years old. So the twist of the movie, if you haven't seen it, sorry, is there's an organization that is completely controlling the event of these teenagers being stuck in a cabin in the woods. And it's it's an interesting premise. They spoil it from the get-go. I think they should have waited till like halfway through the movie before they're like, oh yeah, this is all a game, and you're being sacrificed to appease the ancient gods. I think that would have been more of a I think it would have been better instead of spoiling it from the get-go. So, but it's fine.
Yeah, I could agree with the idea of it. It's like kind of cool, but I'm like, I also just don't like horror films, you know?
Yeah. All right, I am watching your video.
Hello, damn. Buddy.
Oh, big boy.
Go, sir. Go.
Gets to the shadows, like, and it just keeps going. Yeah, no, that's terrifying.
Yeah, I stopped, because tarantulas are like they're
They're
not
chill.
that.
Yeah.
They're not aggressive.
Yeah.
I actually flagged down a car to make sure that they didn't run them over. There's not many of them in that area. There's a lot in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Like I went to my dentist and I kept almost wrecking, so I just had to start running them over. Because I was like, I'm gonna wreck my car if I keep trying to avoid them.
Yeah. No, that was the thing growing up in Georgia. There's armadillos everywhere. And you just
fuck armadillos.
You just build a fun little game of how many armadillos did I run over this week? Well, that and squirrels. Like squirrels are on a totally different level than they are here. Like we live in a neighborhood now, so there's like some squirrels. Like it's not like they're more than like living closer to the center of town. But yeah, no, they were just everywhere, and you just hit them. That was just what you did. You're like, damn, I hit a squirrel today. All right.
At least the squirrels like in this area that we're in they at least go back. They get out of the road.
Yeah.
You know. But.
And then
Yeah.
When's Thursday. Oh, Loki came out.
Yes.
It was pretty good. That's my opinion on it.
I'm still kind of confused. I loved it. Okay.
Yes.
It was great. But there was just a lot of things that were confusing. So many cliffhangers. But I mean, like, it's the first episode. You'd assume that they would just do that, you know?
Yeah.
Just cliffhanger after cliffhanger. You at one point. So there's the scene where you have the timelines, and he's outside of the facility of TVA, and he's just walking. And I remember sitting with you, and I was like, so if those are all the timelines, what space is he in? And then you looked at me with such disgust, and you were like, I don't fucking know, man.
Yeah, no, is because there was the theory for the longest time was that they were in the quantum realm. Season 1 was that the TVA existed in the quantum realm, and that's where it existed, and it kind of made sense. Why wouldn't it be? And then, I don't know, this is just like thrown everything off. Because you do see where time starts and like all of that stuff. And it's just really weird because I still don't know where they are.
Yeah.
I guess they sit outside of time, but that's still confusing. So.
Yeah, that's very confusing. Yeah, I don't really understand what's happening. It's good though. Like you said something that I was like, I think it was good because you found information, but his his time, what is it? Time skipping or stretching, some shit like that.
Yeah,
he was fucking just.
Yeah.
So yeah, it got fixed right already, but he got information, which I think was valuable. Like he knows Sylvie's in the TVA. He figured out, he learned about Kang and things like that. And showed people. I do like the approach that because half, maybe even 2/3 of season 1 was just everyone being like, oh yeah, you're the shitty Loki. No one gives a shit. You're always gonna lose. Blah 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 blah. And then this episode, or at least so far, it's been like, Mobius is, or rather, Loki's like, this is happening. He's there. Blah blah blah. There's millions of them, and then Mobius is like, we need to get you taken care of first. Like there's actually empathy and charismatic. He's not just like, oh, you're just another Loki.
Yeah,
like it's actually a value. He seems valuable to the team.
Yeah, there's a relationship built between Loki and Mobius, which I do really enjoy. And there's Obi was a good addition. I love that actor. He was short round in Indiana Jones, and he won Best Supporting Actor for Everything Everywhere All at Once 2 years ago, last year. For the Oscars last year. But yeah.
I know we have a
For 2020.
podcast revolved mainly around movies. I still haven't watched that film.
It's really good.
And everyone has only said that I would love it. I just haven't gotten around to it. I got a goddamn podcast to run. Yeah, I enjoyed him too.
He did a really
between Mobius is really good.
Yeah, it's interesting because also we didn't really talk. I think we talked about it when you were kind of rewatching season 1, but Ravonna Renslayer is got missing at the moment in the show. But she at the beginning, it's her and Kang talking when he's in the past. Right. And Ravonna Renslayer is Kang's love interest, typically within Marvel Comics. Is she gets lost through time. Marvel recently changed some of the Kang origin stuff, but a big part of it is sorry, something in my throat. Ravonna gets dies, and then Kang, in an attempt to save her, scatters her through time. So she is just like at any moment in time. Doctor Who fans, it's very similar to Eleven's last Matt Smith's last companion. I forget her name. But she gets sent through time, and she's in multiple points in time. And so Kang always finds her, but can never be with her because she typically always dies. So it's an interesting take, and it's interesting that she is aware of Kang, especially during season 1, because she was. I don't think she knew that the space lizard dudes. I forget what their name are. In season 1, I don't think she knew they were robots. The Time Lords. I don't think she knew they were robots. I think I don't remember, but
maybe season 2 will explain that because I also just realized that we didn't see her at all episode 1.
She's in the promo stuff. I know when they get to the Kang stuff, when they're like in the past or whatever, and he's like time, and he has like the weird machine. She's in the promo stuff for that episode. So I don't know if she's on Kang's side or if she's with them. But we'll find out. Yeah, I also don't know how many episodes season 2 is. I hope it's 8 and not 6.
Let's see if I can find that.
But yeah, it was a super good episode. Tons of cliffhangers. Yeah.
Tons of cliffhangers.
Tons of just time stuff. Like the skipping around time. I remember it's when he went to the future and you were like, man, I'm going to have to watch this like 4 times.
Yeah.
We weren't even drinking. We were we were sober.
I got a headache. A headache.
And I'm like pretty good at following like time stuff. And they do a pretty good job of like, here, this is where he is in, moments in time, by like, Mobius writes, skin ? On the computer. So when he jumps forward, it's there still.
Oh yeah. I enjoyed that, but I was like,
but it's a lot.
It wasn't necessarily confusing. It was just having to like keep up and compile, and like it was just like, I need to watch it a couple more times.
Yeah.
But I think what I might do, depending on, we'll talk about this after the podcast, but depending on when you work on Thursday, I might watch it an hour before the new one comes out, so I have a fresh mind. But I think it'll be good.
It was a good episode.
I think it'll be good to do that.
Yeah,
I loved it. It was so confusing, and and in my opinion, it made it so much better because now I'm stuck. Now I'm like, what's the next one? I'm super stoked.
This is my own personal fan theory that they showed us the beginning of time. Secret Wars is in 2026. They are going to use Loki as a way to reboot the MCU.
Oh.
Keep what you want, because you can pull people from the timeline. keep who you want. If you want to keep Doctor Strange, you want to keep, Tom Holland, Spider-Man. Some of these younger actors, you can get rid of the older guys. You bring in a new Iron Man. You bring in a new Captain America. Fix the X-Men so they're like solidly in the timeline. Well, there's also rumors that Owen Wilson's Mobius will be in Deadpool 3. Because Deadpool 3 is going to be Deadpool kills the Foxverse, more than most likely. So we get a bunch of cameos. And
interesting.
It'll be him just going around killing all the X-Men.
Yeah. It's so cool that, like, Loki, out of all characters, you have so much opportunity to do so many things.
Well, yeah, it was. I think we talked about it at the beginning. I think when you were rewatching it at the beginning of season 1 earlier this past last week, we were like, they were like, hey, we want to keep Tom Hiddleston around. We think he's a great actor. He wants to stay around. Let's find a way to use him. And now he's one of the most influential characters in the MCU. It's just nuts.
Yeah.
Of just like, he's created the multiverse on accident, not on accident. Well, Sylvie did. But yeah, like, it's because of the events of the show. We're stuck where we're at. And it's the best, I think, multiverse stuff we've gotten. Because Doctor Strange was me. But
yeah, I mean, Doctor Strange was I didn't. Let's see what else. What else had multiverse stuff lately?
It was Doctor Strange, and there was, I think, like one other thing. Thor had Eternity. They misused Eternity.
Quantumania wasn't timelines. That was the
Kang. Yeah, but Kang is involved in that, and then there was one. I think there was like one other thing. Has it only been Doctor Strange with the multiverse stuff?
I think it's just that, and
Loki. None of the shows.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think any of the shows deal with multiverse stuff. Huh.
If we
has it really only been Doctor Strange?
Let us know in the comments, because I'm actually curious. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
I think it's because Loki has so much time shit in it that it feels like there's other shows.
Sure. Yeah. But yeah, no, Loki's. I love Loki. Episode 1, season 1 has been phenomenal.
Season 2, episode 1.
Season 2, episode 1. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I love it. I'm excited to see. To be honest, I don't really have any theories right now. I think come season 2, or not season 2, episode 2, I might, but I don't know. I don't know where it's going. I'll need to, like I said, I need to watch it a couple more times, and then.
Yeah. I think he prunes himself. I think at the end of the series, he will be the one that prunes himself.
Oh yeah, there's that opening.
There's that.
Who pruned him in episode 1?
Who's on the phone? Why is Sylvie in the TVA? Why does her hair look like that?
She probably went back in time because she's like, I fucked up.
Well, as of right now, that was a cool reference. Is at the little post-credit scene, she
I wanted to talk about that.
Braxton, Oklahoma, which Braxton, Oklahoma is where New Asgard gets created in the comics. So that's a cool little after Ragnarok. But that's a cool little Easter egg, a nod. She's working at a fucking McDonald's. Or I guess she doesn't. Well, spoilers if you've seen trailers. She ends up working there, but she orders everything on the menu for some weird reason.
That's
I guess it's
for sure.
Yeah, I guess it's because she doesn't have to keep running anymore because she was always running in like season 1 and before that. So this is the first time she's like freely available to do what she wants.
She also she probably never tried any of it because she was running since she was a kid.
Yeah. So she never had an opportunity to enjoy the little things.
Yeah, and I'm assuming because she was hiding in apocalypses that she didn't get everyone was just running for their lives.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I liked that after credit scene. It didn't really add anything to the episode per se, but it was kind of a nice she can stop running.
Yeah, it's a nice nod to that of just hey, remember in season 1? her story is, in that sense, has like come full circle, and now she can like enjoy living, which is why she did what she wanted to do. She didn't care of the big picture outcomes of the Kang, the Council of Kangs, and them taking over the multiverse. She only cared about being free, and she thinks being free is not having the TVA up her ass the whole time.
Yeah,
Which is fair. I also forgot, yeah, the Council of Kangs, that was at the end of Ant-Man. That's not really multiversal stuff, but that is a multiversal thing.
Yeah. I forgot about that too.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so stoked for that. I'm still curious as to, like, do we have confirmation as to who's playing Kang?
Jonathan Majors, as of right now, is still going to be Kang. Disney's just kind of waiting on all those court cases and stuff to, like, balance out. They don't want to pull a James... They were trying not to pull a James Gunn where they pulled the trigger too soon on firing James Gunn. And it, like, messed up a lot of their plans. Because Adam Warlock was going to be in... Because Guardians Volume 3 was supposed to be earlier, if not before Endgame, if I remember correctly. And a lot of that was going to lead into Endgame, but they fired him. So he could not do Volume 3 before that. It was going to happen, like, years earlier than it came out, because it came out this year. It came out super, like, earlier, and it messed... Or later than it was supposed to, and it messed a lot of stuff up.
Yeah,
so they don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
And
which is good, because that was a lot of that was confusing.
Yeah, and they're betting a lot, really heavily, on Jonathan Majors as Kang, because there was a article that came out a few months ago that the plan wasn't for Kang. Kang was going to, like, stay within Loki, and he wasn't going to be the next big baddie. But then Jonathan Majors did such a good job as He Who Remains that they pivoted really hard into that and into him. And I don't think they want to lose that momentum or lose him as a character due to putting, they're putting a lot of their eggs in that basket, and recasting him would be kind of annoying. Because, as we know, Marvel doesn't like to recast if they don't have to.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, and he did, in my opinion, he did a really good job being Kang.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's having to play multiple different versions, which is interesting. As long as he wants to, then it's cool. If he doesn't want to do this, then it's like, well, no one wants a shitty job, Granted, he's probably making a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that contract deal, I'm sure, is insane. And the court cases definitely hurt his reputation and hurt a lot of probably potentially big stuff for the next few years. But he has Marvel. As long as he wins and Marvel's like, hey, we're on good terms, he'll be all right. And then once Secret Wars is over, he could probably do whatever he wants to. So
this makes me curious as to what they filmed for Loki season 2.
What do you mean?
Was all the filming done before all the court stuff started happening?
Yes, all the filming was done, and then Loki was supposed to come out earlier this year, and then all the court stuff happened. And then so the court stuff happened, and then Disney and Marvel started they started extending their timeline. So instead of like 3 Marvel movies a year, we're getting like 1 to 2. And the shows, we're only getting like 1 to 2 shows a year instead of we got 4 in 2021. So they're like fixing that. They're like they're realizing the burnout is real and not people don't. It's hard for people to keep up, and because it's hard for people to keep up, people don't want to go see the next thing because they don't feel like they know everything that's going on.
I see.
And so with that, they like pushed Loki back, and they were like, should we reshoot some things? Should we like try to edit him out? Stuff like that. It's like the Amber Heard
makes more
thing with
sense.
Aquaman.
Yeah.
They've essentially edited her character out of the movie. So,
Yeah.
which we'll see, I guess, in Christmas. But yeah.
I really don't want to do an episode on it, but I'll do it. If someone comments it, I'll do it. Yeah, I was curious because you only in the trailers you only see him in the one scene, which is the one scene from the after credits.
Yeah.
And, from Quantumania.
Yeah, that's going to be a whole episode. I don't know if that's going to be the climax of the series. Like, I don't know where. I have no idea where this is headed. Because, like, even in season 1, we had no idea we were going to head. Like, He Who Remains was going to be the one at the end. You know.
I don't know.
So I have no idea where
Time
this
will
is.
tell.
Yeah. Do we know how many episodes?
Yes, I was about to say 6.
6. It is 6 again.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish we had 8, but
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, I don't have any theories. I'm super stoked. I wanna know. You know, I'm curious to see what the episodes are gonna be and what's gonna be in them. You know, as long as it's, I don't know. I'm just curious and waiting. I hope the
Yeah.
ending is good. You know,
No, I
'cause
agree.
the Loki season 1, that was such a cliffhanger, and I was so anxious about it. So hopefully there's a little bit more resolution in this season than last.
No, I agree. Yeah. I'm excited. I think we talked about it. We're doing season premiere and season finale.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So once episode 6 is done, we will record an episode about the entire series, about the entire season, and yeah. And I'm assuming that this show is going to get super complicating. So that one might be a long episode. There'll just be a lot to talk about, but.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're doing the episode, we're doing the premiere and then season finale.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening. If you're watching us on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. If you are listening to us via podcast platform, make sure to share with your friends. Our socials is just Instagram, and it's The Magic of Coffee. We're posting videos there a little more frequently now, so definitely follow that. If you have any anything you want us to record an episode on, and any ideas you want us to try out, definitely let us know. And thanks for listening.
we got one more thing before we go. We also have a Magic of Coffee Discord. Magic of Discord. I'm going to change the name right now. It's all going to be in the show notes in the description. Just send a link. And just go ham.
Yeah, come hang out.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Enjoy your mornings.